Hey, what is up everybody, Blades for here, and today for you guys another video of Persona 5X. In today's video guys, we're going to be doing SOS with Rin here to complete our total SOS runs and see exactly how high we've gotten on the ranking board. Now in the last video we ended up doing one of these here as well, in that one we managed to get 26 mil, which I do kind of want to redo this as well because I feel like we can get a little bit higher than 26, especially with an A6 Joker, but that does require me to also rework his little bit of a set. So we will be end up doing that, but currently we're at 207 here, and we're going to do our side 2 today using this team as well as these personas here to see if we can do a little bit better than what we did the last time we used this team, and also see if we can get a really high score here as well. So if you guys are interested in this, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. And we're going to be doing another stream later on today, so hopefully if you guys are able to stop by at 5 o'clock once again, then we'll be able to have a little bit of fun. So we'll be working on at least a KR account here, so for a lot of you guys who don't know, that's going to be a little bit of a fun time for us, and we're going to try our hardest to really just enjoy what we can enjoy. But for now, let's get straight into it. So first things first that I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to go ahead and use Maracunda, making sure we get that, of course, decrease down on at least the defense, and then slowly follow up with the handshake once and down the defense a little bit more. Of you guys, you can follow me through this because for the most part this team is fully just the same. Like really nothing's going to be too different for you guys. The only thing that I am going to do a little bit differently is actually going to pertain to, of course, my Rin Chinese New Year here. That's mainly because I'm able to trigger this really quickly and also able to get it back really fast as well. So I'm trying to get as much damage off as possible. So currently we managed to do 330k here, which really isn't that bad. I'm still trying to figure out who I truly want to hit down, which is going to be this one right here. So go ahead and knock it down here. Boom. Get, of course, that AoE effect, or at least our all-out attack right here, which does rack us up a decent bit of damage. Now this is something that I'm going to try and continue doing. Hopefully we don't take too much damage, because we will have to heal every once in a while, but if we're actually lucky we might not have to heal at all, but that's if we're lucky here. So we gotta kind of hope our team does kind of come in clutch when it does need to come in clutch for that. So let's go ahead and use this here. And then for us, we're gonna start taking out Dionysus, and we're gonna go ahead and give us a rebellion buff here. Make sure we got everything good. And then since we do have the technical fit here immediately ready, let's go ahead and pop this as well. Boom, and we get the actual technical right here, which is absolutely amazing. And instead of us going for Go Wolf of Rue, we're gonna actually save that for the next one. So let's go ahead and place this back down to make sure we get the technical again, which is really what we want to do, to try and make sure we can get as much of that big boy damage as possible, because we did cleanse off that technical by using Matoi's actual ultimate here, so you do have to keep that in mind. So now we have the technicals back here, we have everything looking pretty darn good. Let's go ahead and pop off our skill 1 again, because we want to make sure we have the 4 stacks for the next round to really do more of that big boy damage here. So this round here, instead of actually going ballistic with at least a normal attack, let's go ahead and use our sword attack, since we already are in the form here. So knocking down everyone, which knocked us up to at least a 1 million attack, which isn't really that bad actually. That was really nice. Let's go ahead and use our skill 2, knocking this guy on down and getting another all-out attack as well, at least multiply as much damage we can do. Now as long as we don't get hardcore focused, which is a probability, as long as we don't get hardcore focused, I think we should be in a pretty good state for HP. So I'm not too worried here, though it does depend on how many characters really does get knocked down. So I don't think this round will need to heal, but I do want to at least be a little safe, I would like to say, because I could be a little risky here and just go ahead and go for it, because I highly doubt we'll end up dying. But I don't know how badly I want to risk my life right now, because we could go ahead and get the extra bonus from here and increase our attack power, which could come in handy. Or I can be a smart person to actually heal. You know what? Let's take a risk. Let's take a little bit of a risk. We're gonna take a little bit of a risk here And I think buffing instead is gonna be my go-to. I may actually end up regretting this, so this is gonna be fairly interesting because we are kind of low on HP. We are at that 50% health marker, so it may not be the best choice. But now let's go ahead and use Go-Go Wolf Through, get us some decent damage off right there. Nothing too crazy as usual. And then for our next attack, let's just go ahead and pop off our skill 3, triggering every last one of these technicals once again. Boom. And we got 24k out of the deal, but not too bad here. So now we have our ults. We could very well go ahead and utilize our Rin's ultimate to actually get more damage off. So you know what? I think that's my, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So let's pop the mask real quick. Use our Rin ult real fast here. And I think we should get a follow-up as well. So we'll be able to follow up, get the all-out attack immediately, and trigger something else off as well. So go ahead and pop this here. Boom. And instead of double slashing like I normally do, we're gonna try and do this a little bit differently. So let's go ahead and pop our skill 1 again, just to get the refresh off. Boom, got all that up there. Getting every last bit of damage that we really can get up here. And hopefully we don't get mixed up here too hard. So let's see what happens. If we can live through the onslaught, which I think we can, we'll be able to actually heal up with an item with Wonder, because I think we have all the buffs that we do need currently. So for now, I think we can just get away with just going ahead and buffing, or at least healing with Wonder instead. So I'm gonna go ahead and use an item, making sure everyone stays good and healed on up here. This round, I think we do need to set up just with the regular handshake. So let's go ahead and use our first one immediately here. Pop this on off immediately, get the handshake off, getting more of those fire stacks as always. That's what we really want to look at here, and trigger as many of these technicals as possible. So let's go ahead and pop this as well. And since we're in our mask mode already, we can actually immediately follow up with our sword slash here, and it's gonna come in handy. So let's go ahead and pop this. Boom, dealing some decent damage as well. I want to say, are we gonna hit the 10 mil marker? We could possibly. So let's go ahead and use this here. Hit the 10 mil marker immediately, get our all out attack. And as long as no one gets frozen, which I think we did get frozen at one point, I didn't pay attention fully to it, but if we did, then you guys can see exactly why. But let's hopefully not get hard targeted. So let's see what happens here. Ooh, okay, everyone's looking kind of hard. Oh, that was close. Ooh, that was actually way closer than I would have liked. I'm not gonna lie to you. So let's go ahead and pop this. Use this skill first. Then instead of popping off Howler, we're going to go to our Dionysus. And I would like to go ahead and pop this off for the extra buff. Then we'll go ahead and pop the Rebellion off to make sure that gets on refreshed. And I could use Wolf of Rue here because how many turns we have left? We have two turns left. So I think go ahead and use Wolf of Rue immediately. Boom, hit it with this as well. And then instead, of course, using our skill 3 once again, we're going to try and utilize our skill 1, because once again, guys, we do want to have that 4 charge. So if possible, actually, let me think this through. Do I want to use my skill 3 or do I want to use my skill 1? Because the skill 1 is very helpful as well. I'm gonna try and take a risk as well. Let's use the skill 1 once again, try to get that 4 stack for the last round, which is really going to be very helpful for us. But go ahead and trigger our mask. Use our skill 1. Hopefully we deal some decent damage. Ooh, let's see how much damage we're dealing here. Okay, we're at 11 mil, not bad, not bad. Get the actual hit off here. Use our actual little all-out attack. And if we live this, we're in good hands. But let's see. Hold on. See what happens. So 1. Come on. 2. 3. Rin, come on. I need you to live, girly. Oh, we lost Rin. Unfortunate, man. So that was our last turn. We actually needed her just to stay alive a little bit longer there. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. So we are gonna have to restart. So unfortunately, we got to restart. That kind of sucks, man. We were doing really good for that run and actually ended up getting screwed over by a little bit of dumb luck. But hey, what more can you do at that point in time? Can't complain too much. We did start off pretty well. Hopefully we can get at least another round like that as well. So once again, I'm gonna start off with Maracunda. We're just gonna try and at least do things how we did last time. So go ahead and get the handshake off as well. I think this will be pretty much just the same thing like we did last time, using at least this one as well. And then the first turn, pop our mask, and we're just gonna immediately use our skill 1. Now, if things go right, if we can actually get everything going correctly here, we shouldn't have any issues for the most part. We should still be able to do everything pretty darn right, get all our follow-ups. We just do have to hope that when it comes down to getting frozen or taking any extra damage, we don't take any of that extra damage too much here. So got the down, got the follow-ups. I think everything's looking pretty darn good so far. That lightning attack is going to be a little bit of a threat for us, but I think we might be a little fine. So let's go ahead and pop this on off. The hard part is going to be figuring out when I really want to use the highlights again, because the highlights I feel like is what's going to make the difference between a really good run or a really bad run. So we could very well do the same way that we did last time and just go with the highlights. At least I want to say the highlight turns that I was going to originally do. So this round instead, just like we did last time, we're going to go ahead and strip this on off, get the technicals, make use of it as much as possible here. And then we're going to go ahead and place back our handshake. And with this in mind, everything should get cleansed back off correct here. Okay, and then let's go ahead, pop this off as well. Make sure we get that 4 stack ready for the next turn. And then use our slash, which should get us a decent bit of damage as well. So boom, pop that off, nearly 2 whole mil. Then let's go ahead and knock this down, getting at least the all-out attack, getting us some more damage. Now I am still worried because our health is in the 50% still here. We are a little bit lower, though. If no one gets knocked, they don't get the additional attack, of course, and we could possibly just go ahead and live through everything. But I do need Rin not to get focused, and currently they've kind of focused her down. Ooh, they focused her down really badly that time. So this one's a little scary. This one's just a wee bit scarier than the last one. So I could heal with Dionysus, or I can go ahead and just heal with an actual item. I don't want to take the risk, so we're gonna heal with an item first, get her up back to health, and then we're gonna use Rule for Brew. We might use 2 items in a row because I know, as much as I do want to kind of keep everything good, I don't think utilizing Dionysus's heal is going to help us out a lot. So let's go ahead and trigger this here immediately after. So we're going to go ahead, pop our mask once again, pop off the ult, in which I think this should probably hit for at least a mil, right? Okay, so we hit at least a mil off of that, get the follow up as well. We're looking pretty decent. I think we're actually doing a little bit better than the last one as well when it comes down to our numbers. So looking at everything currently, I think we're doing pretty all right. And instead of actually slashing, once again, we're going to go ahead and use our skill 1. So boom, skill 1 got popped off here. We got at least 2 mil off that skill 1, which actually is amazing. And we dodged that attack, so it's good for us. Dodge another attack here, so we don't have to really dodge the 3rd. Holy crap, wait a minute. You know, Rin, where was this when I needed? Like, I'm still going full healer because I don't trust myself. So like, you're still getting full healed without a doubt. But where was this when I needed it the first round? She dodged every last single attack, bro. That is insane. All right, so well, we got everything there. We use our skill 1, and now that we've used the skill 1, I feel like we're doing pretty decent. We already have our mass triggered. We've already done everything that we need. So let's just go ahead and use our sword attack. So go ahead and pop this on off. Boom. And that actually hit for a huge amount there. Knock down the middle one as well. And then go ahead and pop our all attack here. I think we're pretty much in the green currently because everyone is looking pretty darn decent on health. As long as no one gets hard focused, which still can happen, very much so. It does happen at times here. Then we should be good. But our Matoi is looking very, very scary right now. I don't like how low she is. So this next round might be a little iffy, man. It might be a little iffy, but let's see what we got here. I'm going to go ahead and pop off this first. And then for the next thing that we end up doing, let's go ahead and pop off our rebellion because we're getting prepared for the next attack. And then let's go ahead and use Wolf of Brew. So boom. Did some decent damage out of this. Let's pop this off because we don't have our 4th stack just yet. And I just gotta kind of hope that she can live. If she doesn't live, I'm gonna be in some trouble. Though if she does live, we're looking pretty good. So let's go ahead and pop this here. Everyone's getting hit. About 800k, not too bad there. I feel like it could be a little bit higher, so we may have missed the mark just a little bit there. I do think we were already 11 mil by this time, so maybe we're doing a little bit worse than our last run, but I think we are doing pretty okay. So hopefully Matoi dodges a decent bit because this is gonna hurt. So we're gonna have a bunch of hits happening. Come on, Matoi, I need you to live through this. One more live. Come on, one more hit. Okay, so good. We are on the final turn, I do believe, correct? Hold on. Yeah, this is the final turn, so let's make it count. Let's use this here, making them all weaker to fire. And then I haven't put on Marukunda in some time, so let's go ahead and put on Marukunda as well. And then for our next hit, we can use Handshake. Then we have the technical that we can go ahead and pop off as well from Matoi, if I'm right, because I think this should be our, yeah, we have our 4 stacks as well. So let's go ahead and pop off our technical. Boom. And then we could either pop a technical off. Yeah, let's go ahead and pop this off as well. Get this on off. And then we should be able to do our sword slash. So our sword slash should deal maybe, well, at least I'm hoping we could probably deal maybe 2 mil here because we're at 11.4. So if we can deal like a 2 mil, that would be pretty decent. So let's go ahead and get the sword slash off. Boom. Oh, 5 mil. Whoa. I thought we were gonna deal a lot less than that. So never mind. All right, let's go ahead and do our 2 here. Boom. Get the knockdown immediately. And then go ahead and do the follow-up. Now, whoever dies at this point, they die at that point. But we ended up getting almost 17 mil, right? Yeah, it was close to 17 mil. Unfortunately, at one point, we didn't hit as hard as I wanted to hit, but we're at least at 17 mil with this, which I don't think is that bad. I feel like that's a decent number, especially for our builds currently at hand. So 16.9, not bad at all. I feel like we can get a little higher. You guys let me know what you think down below in the comment section, but I'm gonna be trying this again, of course, later on to at least solidify our position. Currently we are at 82. We were at least in the 207, but we're now at 82 here. So I say that's not bad, but at least for the first tries that we've done here, I would say that's pretty darn good. But you guys let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Peace out.